What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Before I get any further in this video, if you do want to pick up a copy of Cricket Coach 2014 for yourself, use the links down below in my description for an exclusive 10% discount. Right, guys, today we're here. We've just finished off our tour of the West Indies. Clean swept them 3-0. We've gone to Bangladesh to play a one-off one-day international against them. And hopefully the highlights are a bit better today, because I do know that in last video, for both cricket coach and cricket captain, they were a little bit frozen, a little bit delayed. So hopefully that has gone and been fixed. I've changed the resolution down a little bit. And as I said, hopefully that has gone and done the trick. But started off well here. Possibly could have been 2 down. But that one has fallen just short of Wokes at mid-on. So it's not a bad start for us so far. Bangladesh are going at 6 runs and over, but it is a good strip that we are betting on. Pretty stock standard team that we've got today. I don't think it's actually changed since that first one-day game against West Indies. So I'm still playing Anderson. He is getting a bit tired. Probably should have left him out this game, but I did want to go and pick up the win in this game here. I mean, we are still looking to get England to that #1 spot in the world, and we are looking to win that World Cup, which is coming up in the very near future. So, but I think it may be time potentially for Anderson to come off, because he is just getting absolutely taken to. In fact, both of our bowlers are, but that is the beauty of this England side. Don't play a spinner, because spinners for me in this game just don't seem to get the job done. I don't know what it is or why it is, but they just don't seem to do well for me. So we've gone with basically 5 out-and-out pace bowlers, if you count Chris Wokes in there as well, who I would class as a pace bowler. But it does give us plenty of options. And it looks like we are going to need them today, because we are getting absolutely taken to so far here. And we could be chasing down a big total if we don't go and get our A into G and pick up some wickets quick smart. So starting to really regret that drop catch now that we put down one of these two. But Steve Finn has gone and got the wicket for us. He's got the breakthrough, and that is exactly what we wanted to see. I can see why Mushrika Rahim did want to bat first on this pitch, because he is getting absolute gold out of it at the moment so far. And I'm guessing that they're probably going to have something like 3 spinners in their side. And they're probably hoping that it is going to change up, crack up, and move a little bit. But at the moment, it looks pretty solid. And it looks very good for betting on. And I don't think that is going to change too much as the game does wear on. But saying that, hopefully we can go and make a change. We've picked up another wicket here. So we've got the other Huck, Mumul Huck this time for 34. Very good innings played by him. But as you can see, a lot of spinners. Mamadullah in now. I'm guessing Shakib Al Hassan will be playing. And probably another, out-and-out spinner as well. So we want to go and try and start to take these catches, because they are really starting to hurt us. That's the second one that's gone down in the space of 14 overs. And catches win your matches. You just got to go and take them. Chris Wokes makes up for his earlier mistake. He's gone and got Mamadullah for just 4 runs. And all of a sudden, Bangladesh did get off to a very good start, very quick start, but they have lost 4 wickets, and we are only just at the 15-over mark. So they're going to probably be hoping that the middle and tail order can go and get a few runs on the board. Otherwise, we could be looking at another. Or can you really call a one-off game, a one-off one-day international game? If you win that, can you call that a clean sweep of the series? I mean, technically you have. Your opposition hasn't won a game, but you're only playing one. There's got to be a winner. And yeah, it just seems a bit hard and a bit pointless to call it a clean sweep when there's only one game involved in the series. It just seems, I mean, technically it is. Technically it is a clean sweep, but, would you really call it that? It's only one game. It's a one-off game. Bit hard to call it a, I don't know if you could call it a clean sweep. It is a hard one. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. But personally, myself, I think if it's a one-off game, you can't really call it a clean sweep, because, if you lose the game, you don't have an opportunity to go and get some pride back in the series. Not that one-off games happen very often, especially in one-day internationals. Maybe a T20. At the end of a tour, you might just play that again for a bit of money to come into the cricket board. Or a bit of entertainment. So, that's probably the only case that I could think of it happening. I can't remember, at least in recent times anyway, a team going to tour somewhere or a team touring somewhere and there only being one day international in the series. It just I honestly do not think it has ever happened. I could be wrong, and again, let me know in the comments. But I just cannot see it happening. I just don't see it happening. I mean, one-day international cricket, it's the in-between. It's the in-between between T20 and Test match cricket. I just cannot imagine there only being one game in a series. It just does not make any sense whatsoever, and I don't know why this isn't skipping for me. We don't want to watch ones. 50 partnerships come up as well for these two. That's probably why we couldn't go and skip it. We just want to see chances and boundaries. That's all we want to see. Got through probably too many overs with Ravi Bopara. But, I mean, James Anderson has been absolutely taken to today. I'm going to bring him back. He's one of those guys, Anderson and Broad. And I think it is the same in probably my New Zealand Reborn career when I was doing that. If someone like Southey or McClenaghan did get hit early on in the innings, you know, you got to bring them back. They're class bowlers. You know, with the older ball, especially against the tail, we could potentially see, you know, a change. We could see their bowling sort itself out, get their line and lengths right, and we could see some wickets fall. But here's hoping, because this has been a good partnership by these two. Obviously over 50 runs, and doesn't look like ending anytime soon, but that's what the good players do. They come back after getting a bit of tap in the first, or their first spell, I should say, not the first innings, and they come back and pick up a wicket, and that's exactly what James Anderson has done. You know, still a fairly decent total that has been put on the board here by Bangladesh, but I somehow don't think that it is going to be enough, especially, you know, just with how our batting lineup is going, and you know, just how the pitch is playing as well. It looks to still be an absolute cracker of a pitch. Stuart Broad, I think, has picked up his first one there. Yes, he has. And you would have imagined Bangladesh picking up a hell of a lot more runs than they have here. I mean, they do still have 3 overs left to go, but to only score just over 200 is absolutely crazy. I thought they would have got a lot more than that, and we would have been chasing down a much bigger total than 216. So hopefully we can get some runs on the board. We don't lose any early wickets. Got Cook and Root opening. Peterson coming in next, and then Bopara, Taylor, Bairstow and Wokes is the top 7. So hopefully we won't have to go down towards those lower players. But you never know. Cricket is a funny game, and I was going to say, Joe Root, you can't get out, mate. I need you. Your average needs to keep going up. It's dropped a little bit recently. It's going to drop even more after that 7 there. So that's not the ideal start that we wanted. Would have really liked to have gone through, seen out this new ball without going and exposing. I wouldn't say exposing. I mean, our middle order is pretty solid. When you look at the likes of Peterson and Bopara, both guys who have played a lot of domestic cricket. So definitely not inexperienced by any stretch of the imagination. But how realistic is this game? Peterson falls to a left-arm spinner, as he does more often than not when he played international cricket. He was just, a lot of people don't know what it is, and it's just something funny that does happen. Like, you just get your preferences, and I guess your things that you don't really like facing up against. I mean, for Peterson, it was left-arm spin. The amount of times he got out to left-arm spin was absolutely crazy. It's the same, I think, you know, Chris Martin, the old New Zealand fast bowler, he preferred bowling to left-handers. Now, for me, when I did play cricket, I hated bowling to left-handers. It's just got my angles all wrong, and I basically just couldn't stand it. I didn't like it. Coming to a right-hander, though, and it was, I wouldn't say easier, because bowling is not easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it just made it, I don't know, just the angles, and probably more the mental side of thing than, you know, the actual physical side of thing of bowling to the left-hander. So, I was going to say, we've kind of done a Bangladesh here. Well, in fact, we have done a Bangladesh. We're doing a wee bit worse than them. So, James Taylor gone for 14, and after restricting Bangladesh to 215, I thought that was going to be a fairly good total and that we were going to be in with a very good shot at this. But Abdul Razak, 3 for 15 before this over. He is absolutely killing it. And they're not going with the spinning option that I did think. They are sticking with the seam up, and it is getting the job done for them. The one thing we do have in our favour is that we are actually going at the run rate required. And because we did manage to keep Bangladesh down in that back end of the innings, it does mean the required run rate isn't really going to jump up by any big stretch of the imagination. And it does mean that we still need just over 4 and over. So again, it's not the be-all and end-all. It's something that is very, very manageable. But if we keep losing wickets, it is going to make it a lot harder on us. Chris Wokes, score me some runs, man. I want to bet you inside the top 6, but I just cannot justify it at the moment with the lack of runs that you are making. So I'd have to say that this here probably, you know, we need a good partnership from both Bresnan and Bairstow. I think once one of these guys goes, which it might happen here, it has. He's gone at fine leg, going and playing the hook. But I don't think that Bresnan, Broad, Anderson, and Finn will be able to get the job done batting-wise. Who knows? We have seen stranger things. Stranger things have happened. We do still have a power play left to go. So, you know, if we can get some of these guys in, you know, and I guess get them into a bit of batting form and a bit of hitting form, we can use that power play inside the last 10 overs and hopefully just get lucky. But I don't think that's the case, as another one has gone down. So Broad now gone. And I am going to take this power play now while we do still have Bresnan in. And hopefully, I was going to say, with the field the way it is, hopefully we can just manage to try and sneak a few runs through. And that seems to be the case at the moment. Again, that run rate hasn't gone up too much above 4. So we basically just need a boundary at the moment. A boundary and over is getting the job done. But that could be the last hurrah. Bresnan gone for 32, bowled by Murtaza. And that is his first wicket of the day. I just can't see Finn and Anderson getting 35 runs. And that is not the case. It has gone, and England have lost by 35 runs. So I believe that is almost one of the first losses we've had on the channel. Technically, Bangladesh sweep us in the series. They win that one 1-0. And as we can see, we don't have much. We've got 3 ODIs on, in Sri Lanka before we head to Australia for the Cricket World Cup. So not the ideal preparation, playing on the subcontinent and the West Indies, heading into an Australian and New Zealand hosted World Cup, but we will make do with what we have got. Anyway, guys, I am going to wrap this video up here. Do hope you've enjoyed it. This has been Cliffy, your King of Career Mode, signing out.